Studies have shown time and again that if you have an attorney involved in your case, that case settles for way more than it does if you don't have an attorney.
If you get injured in a crash or riding your motorcycle, do you know what to do next? Well, we're going to find out, because that's what we're going to ask the lawyer today. Hi again, everybody. I'm Rob Rosenthal with AskTheLawyers.com, and my guest is Texas attorney Raymond Hatcher with the Sloan Firm. Ray, thank you for making some time with us again today. Good to see you again.
Oh, it's my pleasure.
So it seems to me in a motorcycle versus car accident that motorcycle riders, for whatever reason, seem to have a bad reputation, that people always, oh, they must have caused the accident. Is that what you've seen in your experience, and is it legitimate?
Well, I think there is a stigma against motorcycle riders generally. Unfortunately, I don't think it's deserved. There are, of course, some people that ride around too fast on what people refer to as crotch rockets or high performance motorcycles, but generally the people that are injured in motorcycle wrecks are just average people that are going about their business, and someone pulls out in front of them, or someone changes lanes without seeing them and injures them in that fashion.
So when someone's injured on their motorcycle, maybe in a, let's say, a collision with a car, and they come to you, how much does fault figure into your decision whether or not to take it as a case?
Well, it's like any other automobile collision case. There can be fault on both sides, and as a lawyer, we have to evaluate that. But just because our client's on a motorcycle, that doesn't mean they're at fault. Generally, in motorcycle automobile collision cases, it's not the motorcycle's fault. And in fact, I have kind of an odd little niche in that I've represented multiple Longview, Texas police officers who are in the motorcycle division who have been injured in wrecks, and it's always somebody that pulls out in front of them that has caused the wreck.
Wow. And let's say even if there is some fault on the half of the biker, does that mean they have no claim? How does that work in Texas?
No, in Texas is a comparative fault state, so the jury gets to apportion fault. And as part of that process, the jury gets to listen to all the evidence, and then one of the questions asks for a percentage fault on each of the parties. And if there's evidence of fault on the motorcycle rider, the jury will apportion some percentage of that, but it could be anywhere from 0 to 100. And obviously, if it's 100%, we're not going to be involved in that case. But it doesn't preclude you from having a viable claim if you have some fault.
So it makes sense then, even if you think, and you may not be as much at fault as you think you are, but to talk to someone like yourself and find out and get your opinion on the case is always a good idea.
Oh, absolutely. What I find is that whether it's motorcycles or any other kind of automobile collisions, many people just don't understand how insurance companies or juries evaluate fault in that regard. And it's good to talk to a lawyer so you can get an idea from them as to whether they think your claim is viable or not.
What is there a helmet law in Texas? And if, say, a rider's not wearing their helmet, can that affect their claim?
Texas has a situation where you're not required to wear a helmet, but you're required to carry a certain amount of insurance as an offset for that. Realistically speaking, if you're riding a motorcycle without a helmet and then you're injured in a wreck, that probably is going to figure into the jury's calculus. But if the wreck was not your fault, that shouldn't preclude you from having a successful claim.
What if someone's thinking, oh, it's just so they were injured in a motorcycle accident. I can probably handle it myself. I can save some attorney's fees. What would be your answer to that, Ray?
Well, studies have shown time and again that if you have an attorney involved in your case, that case settles for way more than it does if you don't have an attorney. Insurance companies are savvy businesses, and they're in business to make a profit. every dollar that they have at the end of the year that they don't pay out in a claim to someone is $1 of profit. So if you're trying to settle your claim yourself without a lawyer, they take that into account and they discount what they offer you.
And there's no cost to the client unless there's a recovery.
Absolutely. And in fact, the first consultation with any of the lawyers in the Sloan firm, there's no charge whatsoever. If you do decide that you want us to help you, we work on a strictly contingent fee basis, which means if we don't make a recovery for you, you don't owe us a penny.
Lots of great helpful information as usual, Ray. Thank you so much for making some time to answer our questions.
Thank you.
That's going to do it for this episode of Ask the Lawyer. My guest has been Texas attorney Raymond Hatcher. If you want the best information, remember, or you want to be able to choose a lawyer that lawyers choose, make sure to go to askthelawyer.com. Also, please take a sec to click the button in the lower corner and subscribe so you know about future episodes. Thanks for watching. I'm Rob Rosenthal with Ask the Lawyers.